Hiking tragedy on one of our most popular mountain peaks.
A woman from out of state dying after trying to hike Camelback Mountain. Fire officials say she became overheated on the Echo Canyon Trail, but instead of waiting for rescue crews, she went to find help herself. Then a deadly discovery. Her body later found near the mountain right outside a home.
A woman found dead near Camelback Mountain was hiking with a Pheonix Cop, and tonight we know the woman's name is Angela Tramonte, a 31-year-old visiting from Boston. She was found dead Friday after separating from that cop to turn back down the mountain in the summer heat.
And she thought because he was a police officer, she was safe, and she wasn't. I sent him the address where it was. It took them 3 hours to find her. And when I talked to Dario that night and asked him, when was the last time you saw my daughter? He said 6 hours ago. So nonchalant. The police may not be investigating this, but I won't stop. I will not stop. There is something missing that I, as a mother, cannot put my finger on.
Hello, friends. Today, we're going to bring you a strange story about a first date hike that resulted in a young woman's death. 31-year-old Angela Tramonte was visiting Phoenix, Arizona for the first time when she and a local police officer named Dario Dizdar decided to go on a hike for their first date. The couple went to Echo Canyon Trail near Scottsdale, Arizona. Echo Canyon Trail is a 2.5-mile heavily trafficked out and back trail that offers scenic views and beautiful landscapes. The trail is rated as difficult, but Angela and Dario weren't concerned, as it was later reported that Dario was extremely familiar with the mountain and hiked that exact trail often. According to reports, they started hiking together around 10 a.m. with no water, but split up. Dario, an off-duty police officer, stated that he was a local and did this hike all the time, and that she was going to go as far as she could and turn around, according to an incident report filed by an unnamed park ranger. Now, according to what Dario told the authorities, he and Angela were going for a day hike together for their first date on July 30th. He reported that she became overheated when they were about halfway up the trail and told him she was going to head back down to the car. Dario went ahead to finish the hike, assuming he would just meet her back at the vehicle when he was done. Angela wanted him to take pictures of the view from the top of the mountain so she could share them on her social media accounts. He finished his hike, but when he got back down to the car, Angela wasn't there and wasn't anywhere in sight. Her belongings were still in the car, however, and this is when Dario's police officer instincts kicked in and he decided to report it to the authorities that his date was missing. Park ranger spoke with him on the mountain and the search commenced immediately. Search teams arrived and began looking around common areas on the mountain where people can get off the trail and get lost. More than 30 fire personnel and a police helicopter scoured the region looking for the missing woman. Initially, authorities were suspicious of Dario because they thought his initial statement was changing the more he retold what happened that day. However, it was later realized that he had been misquoted by local news media and therefore misunderstood. A Phoenix police spokesperson stated that the police department was not informed as to what the park rangers and officials had already asked Dario about the incident. Angela Tramonte was originally from the Boston area and was visiting Phoenix for the first time specifically to meet and go on a date with Dario. They had met and been chatting online, mainly via Instagram. It was less than 24 hours from her arrival that Angela went missing and was then found deceased. Around 4:40 p.m., crews found Tramonte unconscious near a home along the side of the mountain. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say no traumatic injuries were observed during the initial investigation or during the autopsy. Police say Tramonte had her cell phone with her when she was found. Fire officials involved in the search stated they believed she was trying to signal to someone in the homes there near the mountain to get some help. She must have known she was in trouble, but most likely had no cell service to call anyone for help herself. At this time, there is no evidence to indicate foul play is suspected in connection with her tragic death. Police say Dario Dizdar has been granted personal time off and has been offered resources to deal with this tragedy. According to the Maricopa County Medical Examiner's website, Angela died of environmental heat exposure. Her death was ruled accidental by local and park authorities. Angela Tramonte's friends set up a GoFundMe account to bring her body back to the Boston area. Angela's mother, however, isn't satisfied with the medical examiner's findings. She's looking for answers after her daughter's cause of death was ruled to be from accidental heat exposure. "I'm frustrated," said Nancy Tramonte, Angela's mother. "My daughter was an Instagram person. She posted everything, thousands of photos per day, and she was always in the picture. And there's not one picture of her going up the mountain or even in Arizona," she said. "None of it makes sense." But as we said, the Maricopa County Medical Examiner's Office did recently list Tramonte's death as accidental and as a result of heat exposure. Pheonix police had previously stated investigators didn't find anything suspicious about Tramonte's death. However, Tramonte's family and friends have had suspicions about the circumstances surrounding her death all along, especially since the off-duty police officer claimed he and Tramonte didn't bring any water with them on a hike in the middle of the summer. Angela's cousin doesn't believe it. "It's difficult because we're all mourning her, but we can't fall back and be sad about the situation. We all have to fight," said Gabrielle Matuccio, Angela's cousin. Angela was found deceased in a backyard off the trail. Investigators believe she was in a desperate search for water. Speaking about traveling to Arizona to meet the officer, she was excited but nervous, said her cousin. She also made it a point to drink a whole gallon of water every day, so it's very hard to believe that she would go on a hike in Arizona where it was 104 degrees and not take any water. Autopsy reports recently released by the County Medical Examiner's Office show no major irregularities that were uncovered that would indicate Tramonte's death could be tied to something other than heat exhaustion. A toxicology report did show that Tramonte had traces of amphetamine in her system, although her family told 12 News she had a prescription for Adderall, which can produce high levels of amphetamine in the blood. Tramonte had 350 nanograms per milliliter of amphetamine in her system at the time of her death. According to the report, adults who fatally overdose on amphetamine have, on average, 9,000 nanograms per milliliter in their system. The autopsy report additionally turned up irregular, linear, dried red abrasions on Tramonte's body that ranged in size between 4 and 10 centimeters. An examination of her head and neck revealed no detectable abnormalities, according to the report. The report also stated that Tramonte's bone framework and soft tissues also appeared normal. Pheonix police had previously said investigators didn't find anything suspicious about Tramonte's death. They further indicated no disciplinary measures will be taken against Dario because no crime has been found. Well, there you have it, friends. What do you think about this odd case? Do you find it a little strange that a pair would go on a hike without any water in the desert heat? I look forward to your comments, but please, let's keep it friendly and respectful. Hey friends, we just wanted to remind you that if you enjoy our content, we have almost 200 quality videos here on the channel. I know a large portion of our subscribers sometimes don't get notified when we release our new videos, so make sure you click that bell. For now, check out our playlists and the pinned comment on this video. We have included a list with links to all of our videos for you to check out and see if there's something you like. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the videos. I'll see you a little farther on down the trail. This is Steve Stockton, and I'll talk to you next time.